The COVID-19 pandemic had a massive impact on every facet of the economy. I think we all know that. And it included the real estate market and even how new construction homes were built during that time frame. There are several emerging trends shaping these industries now that really didn't exist prior to, and housing construction that took place during the pandemic seems to have really missed the mark when it comes to the finished product quality. Many homes avoided major issues. However, the continued supply chain disruptions that we saw, rising costs, and the skyrocketing demand for homes all led to changes in how builders began building at the rapid pace we saw around the country throughout 2020 and 2021. Now, some of these items have carried over into post-pandemic building. The breakneck speed at which we were building homes left some buyers with a lower quality finished product than they had been really expecting and looking forward to. So are the homes built during the pandemic some of the worst builds that we have ever seen? Stick around to find out. But before we get into it, for those of you that are new to the channel, my name is Matt Lunden. I'm a local real estate agent here in Coastal Delaware, and I put out content each and every week discussing all things Coastal Delaware and the real estate market here. If that's something that you would like to see some more of, do us a favor, hit that subscribe button down below. And then if you or someone you know is looking to buy or sell real estate here in Coastal Delaware, me and my team would absolutely love to help you guys out, and we love hearing from you guys here on the channel. So all my information is going to be down below in the description and right here on the screen. If we can help in absolutely any way, don't hesitate to reach out. Now let's get into it. At the beginning of the pandemic, housing sales and new construction initially really stalled out in the face of what ultimately was economic uncertainty and many states limiting what work could actually be done across certain industries. As things stabilized, home prices and home values increased at a rapid rate because of bursting demand. And today, data from the National Association of Realtors shows us that the median home price has shot up in the U.S. quite significantly. I don't think anybody is surprised by that. The average sales price here in Coastal Delaware in March of 2020 was right around $331,000. When we compare that to the average of January of this year, so January of 2024 in Coastal Delaware, we're looking at an average sales price of $489,000. So a big difference in a short amount of time. So it really puts into perspective how much those few years impacted the market and what it did to prices. With over a $150,000 increase in the average sales price for homes, you would think that it would slow down the buyers in the market, and yet we continue to see new developments going up all across Lower Delaware at expedited rates. Pretty impressive considering Delaware's small size, that we're building the 14th most amount of homes across the entire country. Various media sources over the last few years have certainly begun sharing some of the horror stories that new construction buyers have gone through with troubles in their homes, and what those homes have been bringing them as far as some issues and some things they were not expecting. Among those are weak beams, poorly installed plywood, poor insulation, flimsy siding, cheap roofing that either blows off in high winds or it starts to decay just after a few years. And all of these are just kind of the tip of the iceberg if you start to look online at a lot of the issues that have come about. Recently built homes should be exciting, but a lot of the pandemic built homes seem to be more frustrating for consumers rather than dreamlike, which obviously should not be happening in a brand new home. The myriad of issues that we have seen in some of these homes really stem from a couple of issues. The biggest ones being that the supply chain issues that we saw, shortened build times to try and match what the demand was bringing in, and then the lack of laborers or the lack of staff during the busiest times in construction. When you combine these factors, it's no wonder that some things were missed, rushed, and many homes ultimately just kind of slapped together to try and keep up with the demand. Now, if we look at another side of it, the unexpected increase in material costs compounded the pressure to meet sales goals and deadlines from upper management and stuff with these builders, and just to try and stay afloat, because as prices rapidly increased, a lot of these builders were kind of just taking it on the chin. So due to the lack of manpower, many times there would be crews that would be either working longer than normal hours. Oftentimes they weren't properly managed, or the project was not properly managed, noting what items have been completed or not. And the many staffing challenges that we saw, a lot of times the crew that finished the job was not necessarily the same one that started it. As people were missing work due to illness and other things, there's just a number of things that came about that weren't necessarily accounted for. The lack of thoroughness allowed for critical issues to arise in a lot of these pandemic build homes. Things like leaky ceilings, lack of ventilation on upstairs levels, creating limited airflow in areas of your home, lack of anchor bolts holding the framing to the foundation, plumbing issues, creaky floors only a year or two later because of improperly installed subfloor, and that allows air gaps, a host of other problems that we could get into all day long. And I know all of this sounds scary, so what exactly can you do about it? Well, for starters, hold the builder accountable. Know what the builder covers in their warranty and what those timelines look like, and make sure that you follow the timelines with important communications always in writing. That way you can't say, oh, you never told me. It's there in writing. Most home builders will issue some form of warranty. Oftentimes you'll hear it called a limited warranty on their work, and then it'll either be in the sales contract or as a separate document. Most often it's going to be a separate document. And these warranties aren't really required by state law, though you certainly will want to check your state laws. If you're here in Delaware, you can hire a lawyer if you'd like for a consultation if you have any concerns over potential contract disputes or any issues with the warranty itself. The builder's warranty's maximum term is typically some form of combination of time periods based on the needed work and the actual item that you're discussing. It might be broken up into 1, 2, and 10-year terms based on some different factors inside the home. And again, homeowners will commonly receive a 1-year warranty for labor and materials, 2-year protection for mechanical defects. That's going to be like your plumbing, electrical, those kind of items. And then most often it's going to be a 10-year warranty for any structural things. The result is that some of the best parts of the builder's warranty expire quickly. So do not ignore the dates. They often come up a lot faster than we anticipate. If you receive a warranty from your home's builder, read it over, determine the timeline, know when you need to report things, who you need to report them to, who's supposed to handle those problems. A lot of times it could be a third party that is coming in to do some of this work. So just make sure you know what's covered and what's excluded. Pay special attention to your owner's responsibility under the builder's warranty. You are likely given a list with detailed maintenance obligations that are homeowner responsibility. Ignoring these facts could lead the builder to say, oh, well, you ignored what we told you to do, therefore we're not protecting you under this warranty. I'm curious to know, have you guys purchased new construction before? Have you dealt with any of these issues? Drop a comment down below about any experience you have had, good or bad, with warranty coverages and those types of things. Perhaps one of the biggest mistakes we see buyers make when buying new construction is they don't feel they need to invest in a good home inspection. Again, hold the builder accountable for the items found in the inspection that are major items that need to be addressed prior to settlement. We encourage home inspections throughout multiple phases. You're likely going to get a couple different phases with each of these builders, where you can get one pre-drywall, or what they call frame stage, before the drywall gets hung up. You can see behind the walls. You're going to have a pre-settlement inspection, and then again at your 11-month walkthrough prior to the end of your first-year warranty. Many, again, ignore the need to have these inspections done, and they brush it off as unnecessary because they're like, oh, it's a brand new house. There shouldn't be any issues. Everything's brand new. But oftentimes these inspectors are finding air gaps, loose studs, improperly hung roof trusses, and so much more. I could sit here and give you horror stories all day long. All of these items become very costly to fix once the home is complete. So having a third-party inspector come through at the stages they give you, I highly advise it, because it's just going to give you peace of mind if there is nothing wrong. And if there is stuff wrong, obviously you want to fix that, become a compounded issue. As you are living in your home for the first year and prior to the end of that initial warranty term, make sure that things are continuing to function as they're designed. Things like your windows should open and close pretty easily. Electrical outlets should all be working. Doors should latch. HVAC systems should work and have vents throughout all of the conditioned spaces in your home. You shouldn't have a bedroom that doesn't have an air vent in it. Just be on the lookout for a lot of these items, and then, be on the lookout too for evidence of moisture intrusion. Is water draining away from the house, or is it pooling next to your foundation? And then, make sure there's no soft spots in flooring. All of these items, again, should be addressed by your builder as part of your warranty. Your inspector will make sure that all systems are functioning properly and that the home is free of major defects that could affect your enjoyment of the home. We understand that humans are building your home, and at times humans do make mistakes, which is why it's always great to have a trained third-party inspector come through at various stages. The builder gives you the opportunity, you might as well take advantage of it. of it. It is something that we stress to all of our clients because a lot of homeowners, you just need to know what's going on in the home and you need to be comfortable with what you're buying. That's going to do it for today's video on the pandemic homes, how it affected the housing market, and really how you can hold your builder accountable for what they're conveying to you with your finished product. I hope you guys found some value in today's video. If you did, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button down below. And then if you or someone you know, again, is looking to buy or sell real estate here in Coastal Delaware, me and my team love helping you guys, and we love hearing from you guys here on the channel. So all my contact information is going to be down below in the description and right here on the screen. If we can help in absolutely any way, don't hesitate to reach out. I look forward to seeing you guys next time. Peace.